There's Southern California is like one of the best places in the world if you want to learn jiu-jitsu.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
There's so many legit schools. It's like there's two meccas really in this country. There's a bunch of really good schools everywhere in this country. I mean, jiu-jitsu is really widespread.
Yeah.
But the meccas, there's a mecca in New York for sure, and there's a mecca in Southern California. But there's like Chicago strong.
Yeah.
I mean, there's strong jiu-jitsu everywhere. Phoenix, Arizona strong. There's like a lot of places have good jiu-jitsu.
And I love going on Instagram and watching the tournaments and just the different people.
Yeah,
like Buchecha is probably one of my favorite ones.
Do you ever follow Viral BJJ on Instagram?
Yeah,
Dude.
You liked a picture of it, and I started watching it.
Dude,
it was great.
I try not to follow them too often, like to repost their stuff, because I want people to go there instead of looking at mine. You know, and maybe people find out about their videos, but they have the best collection of like sick moves, just sick, like move after move where you're like, oh, and you can, these are real moves that like I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a long time and I haven't seen before. You know, I'm not the most knowledgeable guy when it comes to jiu-jitsu, but I know enough about it that when I see some completely new choke variation that I've never seen before and everybody starts doing it, I'm like, okay, that wasn't around.
Yeah.
Like this guy's come up with some new thing, and people come up with a new thing, you know, it's pretty regular.
Yeah, that's my favorite about watching jiu-jitsu is you can just see people the game's always changing. That's the best part.
Well, you know what it is like, man? It's like the same thing with striking. When you see it at its highest level of expression, it's when it's only striking. Striking at its highest level of expression for me is either professional boxing or professional kickboxing or Muay Thai. That's where you see, I think, to me, really I like Muay Thai the best.
Oh, yeah.
Because it seems like they're doing everything. So it's, if you're going to agree to just stand up, like I feel like you should be able to do whatever you want to do when you're standing up in terms of like elbows, knees. It doesn't make any sense to limit clinching. So I think that's like the #1 stand-up thing as far as like what I want to see. But the only way you get to see like the highest level of expression is if there's no takedowns. Yeah. If there's no submissions. Because then, as soon as there's takedowns, as soon as there's submissions, guys have a totally different way. As soon as there's ground and pound, guys have a totally different way of competing and moving. And you're not going to see the same, as high a level of expression in just true striking. And the same is with jiu-jitsu. Like you see a lot of crazy moves in jiu-jitsu that you might not see if you had soccer kicks or stomps. You probably wouldn't for a lot of those things, because there's a lot of stuff that people could do to mitigate your movement that they're agreeing not to do. It's not that you're just totally controlling them, but to get the highest level of grappling, to watch it, you really kind of have to have only grappling. Yeah.
Because then it's like, these are rules we're agreeing to, and then from there, you can really start to learn how to bend the rules.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. It's like, it really is like what you were talking about with verbal boxing. It's like that in many ways, like this strategy-based approaches to things. And that happens with jiu-jitsu, it happens with striking. And that's what's really interesting about martial arts more than, you know, like people look at it in terms of like this, you know, exciting, violent thing, this rah-rah macho thing, which it definitely certainly is. That's definitely certainly a part of the appeal of MMA. But also what the appeal is that it's insanely difficult to do, and you have to be insanely brave to choose to do it for a living. And and it's insanely dangerous, because you might get shinned in the face. You might get flying knee knockout. Like there's a recent fight between Chris Weidman and Yoel Romero. Did you see that fight?
Yeah, I saw a clip.
Dude, Weidman was doing really well in that fight too, and Yoel Romero launched this flying knee that hit him dead in the head, just boom, and just crushed him. And I remember watching that going, and that's Chris Weidman.
Yeah.
That's not like a regular dude. That's former UFC champion Chris Weidman, one of the baddest motherfuckers on planet Earth. And Yoel Romero just did that to him. That is a sport that is like no other.
Any given Sunday, man.
What are you going to say, Jamie? George St. Pierre signs to return to the UFC. Yeah, I heard. I was talking to my friend Steffi Crooklyn from Twitter. Steffi Hayes, the writer, and she was telling me about this. She actually was the one to break the news to me. So George St. Pierre is going to fight again. Good for him, man. Took some time off, chilled out, feels good. Still training. That's the thing about George. Never got out of shape at all. Constantly training, constantly learning. I bet he's better than ever. I bet he comes back and people think that he's going to have lost a step. I bet he's better than ever.
Yeah.
He wouldn't be coming back if he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I've been hearing crazy shit about his grappling. I've been hearing his grappling's just off the chain. It's just better than ever.
That underestimating someone is a huge advantage and a tool.
Well, especially a guy like George St. Pierre.
Man.
I mean, George St. Pierre did not become George St. Pierre by, not knowing what's up.
Yeah.
He knows what he's doing. If he's coming back, it's because he knows he's healed up, probably better than ever. He's going to be really interesting to watch him return because he's different in the way he approaches fighting, I think, than almost anybody before him, and he influenced so many people after him in that he's like almost has no ego when it comes to like listening to his coaches and like absorbing information and being taught. And you see him rolling and training and drilling with people. And I've had the opportunity to drill with him and do some kick moves with him, go over some stuff, and he's just so open-minded and so fucking smart. That guy's a really interesting dude because he's not a mean guy at all. He's like, you would never think if you met him that he was this world champion, like one of the greatest, if not the greatest, I would say the greatest welterweight of all time. Does that mean that he would beat Damian Maia 100% of the time? No. Does that mean he would beat Tyron Woodley? Might not. I don't know. But if you look at his accomplishments, he was, in my opinion, the greatest welterweight of all time. And super nice guy. Yeah. Smart. He speaks 2 languages, fluent English and fluent French. Really fascinating guy, man. So if he's coming back after this amount of time off, he knows what the fuck he's doing. Yeah. He's gonna come strong. He's gonna look awesome. Or, I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. That's possible too. Oh, like Bruce Willis, like boom, Die Hard. Like he was the guy for the action movie, snarky action star who figured out how to save everybody.
Yeah, that first Die Hard, man.
What was the one, the football one with Damon Wayans right above there, that right there. The Last Boy Scout. That was another one he did. And he's always this like troubled cop, blending pizza up with milk for breakfast, You know what I mean?
Puts an egg in it.
Yeah. He was always that guy smoking a cigarette. Well, I guess we're just going to have to find out.
Yeah, he was the same dude in 16 Blocks.
Dude, he's in a gang of movies like that. The same dude in Pulp Fiction. Yeah, right? He played that boxer. Yeah. Dude, he's a great Hudson Hawk, man. Bruce Willis has been in some good fucking movies, man.
Yeah, he is.
What was the one with the kid?
Oh, it was The Kid.
No, the one with that's true. Oh. He was in a movie called The Kid. The one where he's a ghost.
Mercury Right? The Sixth Sense.
Sixth Sense, yeah.
He's in a lot of movies with kids.
That movie was fucked up.
That
movie was like, whoa, what is this?
I think M. Night's coming back.
I don't know about all that, dude. That Village movie made me done with him. I cleaned my fucking hands.
No, I get it. Someone put it this way. It's like M. Night's like the girlfriend you know better than should come back to.
Yeah, you know better. Fuck her, man.
I liked it.
I actually liked that elevator movie in parts. I enjoyed the ride.
I did.
I didn't think it was the most satisfying way to end it.
Yeah.
But it's hard. How do you end a movie about, an evil elevator?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, they did their best. Yeah.
Photo booth kept my attention for a movie being in just the whole time. It's about a photo booth.
Is that the
phone booth? Sorry.
Is that the Robin Williams one?
No.
Who's the crazy guy? Who's the photo guy?
That was a good one. I was talking. I misspoken. I meant to say phone booth.
Oh, phone
booth.
Colin
fucking Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell.
It was on the other day. I saw it and I took my friends to see it and they were mad at me. It was Buried with Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds.
He's buried in a coffin the whole movie.
Oh, I never saw that.
It's kind of hard to watch. It's really claustrophobic.
Fuck that. Not interested. I don't need to see evil shit to make me feel bad. Show me some shit that's not real.
Yeah.
I know. Like when we were talking about Avatar, like Steven Crowder got upset about Avatar.
Yeah. What? Why?
He thought Avatar was like a propaganda movie. I was like, look, dude, that's an awesome movie about blue aliens. That movie was awesome. They flew dragons. I loved it. It was in 3D. I got to see it in IMAX. That shit was awesome.
My mom does that too all the time. She'll watch, she watches The Matrix and she'll read into it too much. She's like, it's about China and America going to war. I'm like, what?
It's an anti-capitalism movie. I can't be here for this. This is propaganda. No, it's a movie about big blue people that fly dragons, you fuck. This is a wonderful movie. This movie's fun. People get so caught up in that, though.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to support those goddamn lefties and their crazy ideas about blue people. The blue people deserve to live.
Yeah.
Giant blue people that ride dragons, shoot bows and arrows. That movie was the shit.
It was so good.
So good. The only thing I'm bummed out about is they're going to do part 2 is going to be underwater, so that means no bows and arrows. That's bullshit.
They'll have harpoons.
Yeah, I like bows and arrows better, man. That was a badass movie.
That was
man.
a great movie.
I just don't understand people who couldn't appreciate that.
I don't know. I feel like it's one of those things where like people just have gotten to this point where they're like, I don't want to say my opinion matters so much, but it's like no one can just enjoy something anymore. Everyone always has to have either a shitty opinion on it or like a really, really not so shitty opinion on it.
Well, I see people use all sorts of different things to sort of make their point.
Yeah.
And I see if you were trying to make your point about some anti-corporate movie,
Yeah.
like you would see like this and say, but what I see is like dynamics that make a good storyline where you're
Yes.
invested in the plot.
Mhm.